Got Camp Shark in the chat today. Anyone know where I can find a snow yam? Are you guys familiar with a snow yam? I've never had it before. It sounds good. Sounds like a Whole Foods item.
I'm wondering if this is a Stardew Valley item.
Might be a Stardew Valley item. A snow yam. That sounds like a winter crop. I don't know. I haven't made it to winter yet in Stardew Valley. Do you guys want to talk about video games?
What is this Stardew Valley?
Let's talk about video games. Stardew Valley is currently on Game Pass. It's a farming simulator, RPG.
It's a simple life simulator.
Dungeon crawler light Neo Geo. Yeah, it's a great game.
It's more than just a farm simulator. You're simulating a more simple, peaceful life.
Yes, and yeah, it's just a heck of a good time. It's got a lot of good reviews. It's on every possible console ever released. It came out in 2017, late 2016 for the Switch. Good to know. But yeah, got added to Game Pass on PC and Xbox. So if you're a subscriber of that service, give it an install. You will lose track of time. So make sure you do all your chores and have your email box all cleaned up and everything before you fire up your first session. Because yeah, it'll get you. Are we all playing this, Kevin? You said you've made it more than a few hours in. Okay.
Yeah. I started it yesterday, and I think it played from like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. until 5 a.m., mostly interrupted.
There you go.
Uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so it's kind of like a day in the life type gameplay or whatever. So you wake up in your bed, it's morning time, you have an energy bar, you have a certain amount of things you want to go and get done at the end of the day. And yeah, and then you sorry. I'm going to have to abort. Give me a minute to collect my thoughts.
Collect your thoughts.
The edibles just kicked in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when
was a sudden kick in.
So one thing I learned early in the game, towards the end of the day and later in the night, you can't just work through the night. And if you are out in the world and basically not in your bed, the screen will just fade out, and then one of the village people in town will tell you like, "Hey, we found you asleep in the middle of town last night." And I think you lose a lot of your items or some of your items. Kevin, is that true? Or?
Yep. So if you don't make it to your bed in time to go to bed at a reasonable hour.
Is it 1 a.m.?
It's you start to feel tired at midnight, and then like you collapse maybe by 1 if you don't get back to your bed. But yeah, the game's set up so that you only have a certain amount of time to like do only one of the things that you probably want to do that day, maybe 2, and then you have to make it back to your bed, or like John said, you'll collapse.
Yeah.
And the doctor he'll bring you back. The first couple of times you do it, it's not very expensive, but it gets worse and worse the more that you. And I'm worried, like every time I do it, the doctor tells me I have to take better care of myself. I'm worried that I'm developing like some kind of major health problem.
In the game? That would be funny.
In the game.
Yeah. 6 years later in the game, it's just like you have diabetes type 2. It's not looking good, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, it might just be the amount of edibles that I had yesterday, but the game kind of has this weird feel like maybe it's monitoring a bunch of your choices and like doing some really sort of intricate, little wrinkles that are going to play out somewhere a month down the line or whatever, based on just I'm hoping
that would be cool.
I'm saying that's the feeling that I had while I was playing it. It was
okay.
I don't know. It felt like it knew more than it was letting on, or something like that.
Okay.
Like so much of the game is about you're in this town, and there's like 30 different people, something like 30 people, and
it's quaint,
blacksmith and carpenter and all this all this stuff. But like a big part of the game is you have these relationships with every one of the characters, and so like it tracks your affection to that person or with that person or whatever. And one of the major mechanics for maintaining these relationships is you can just give people gifts. So like any random item that you don't have any other use for, you can probably sell it. You just leave it in the dumpster next to your house overnight, and somebody will come and give you the money for it. Or you can just walk up to people and hand them gifts, and then they'll react either like, "Oh, this is stupid. Why'd you give me this?" Or, "Oh, that's really nice." So anyway,
well, real quick, are you supposed to learn what their interests are somehow, or just like look for hints or something and sort of keep a mental note over what they're into? Or
Yep, you can kind of do it by what their job is, or things they say in conversation. But once you start giving them gifts, you can track which ones they like too, and so you can say, like, "Oh, this." Like there's a female impersonator character who mostly has only liked flowers so far.
Mm-hmm.
She seems pretty superficial, but my plan is to try to bang her first, and then probably settle down with one of the characters that I'll have more to talk about with them.
Okay.
But yeah, I haven't banged anyone yet, but it seems like
you think you can do it?
I mean, they tell you who's single and who's not.
This is true.
I think there was that what is it, a Venn diagram? No, the Pundit Square that Zane posted the other day about which games you can fish and which ones you can fuck.
that was amazing. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to banging some of the townspeople, and the fishing is pretty fun too.
Yeah, it says you can romance characters in the game. I just did a quick Bing search. It's exciting.
So it turned out to be harder than I thought I was just going to roll into town and lay waste to all of them. Like it was going to be GTA style sort of pillaging.
Yeah.
But there was the flower dance. That was like the first kind of major social event.
I remember
where
that.
I thought I was going to get to bang someone. And nobody wanted to dance with me. So I think I need to do more work on my farm probably.
Yeah, I just try to keep my eye on the prize. I've been making a lot of cauliflowers. I've been growing a lot of it's mostly cauliflower. I got a real strong cauliflower thing going on right now. Beans, I got some beans growing, and then I just sell them. And then right around the part of the game where I was like, man, what am I supposed to do? Just keep making money? And then I didn't realize that there were those mines, and I found the mines, and it opens up a whole new half of the game where you're dungeon crawling and you're trying to survive, maintain some energy. You can bring some items and food and things like that with you to sort of boost your energy. But then you're always kind of keeping an eye on the clock. So it's like, oh, it's 11 p.m. I should probably get the hell out of here and run across town back to my bed. Do you have a dog in the game? I got a dog. It's kind of fun.
I do, but
hold on. You can camp?
Yeah, can you camp?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were telling me you could. That would make sense.
Not that I know of.
I haven't installed. I haven't started it yet.
Okay.
I feel like maybe later in the game, or like maybe you can stay the night at people's houses if you're good enough friends or something.
Okay.
I feel like you should be able to go to sleep somewhere other than your house, but I haven't seen it yet. I just assume that the game will provide that at some point because I think there's a deep sort of system that's running underneath.
Yeah, I get Minecraft vibes, survival mode, so that's nice. I mean, I love games where you just have to craft, survive, try to earn money.
So the way the mines are set up, you can like fast travel once you get through every 5 levels. So you start out at ground level and you're working your way into the ground.
Okay.
So you get that, like I'm on level 30. Which is 30 staircases down from ground level basically,
right? And
each level consists of like some amount of monsters, some amount of loot or mineable resources,
ores and whatnot.
Ores, and basically by busting up the rocks you find the ladder that leads to the next level.
Okay. Sometimes it's under an enemy too. It's weird.
But yeah, it's like it gets darker too the farther down you go, so you have to like find torches and use torches and whatnot. But yeah, like John said, a lot of it is just like, to get to a checkpoint, I need to reach down 5 levels. And so it's like, how early do I need to be at the mine for it to even be worth doing?
Yeah.
Like just simple time management. Like, what do you want to do today is kind of the theme of the game. Like you have just enough time to like accomplish one thing and maybe another if the first thing goes really well.
If you're having a lot of fun with this, I played this one, I think last year or the year before, but there's another game that it reminds me of called Moonlighter, and basically it's the same game except swap out the farming and crafting and replace it with a like commerce simulator. So you're a shopkeeper, and so everything you loot from the mines at night while you're moonlighting, you bring back, and then you adjust the price based on how people are interacting with that individual good. So it's like, if no one's buying it, you need to lower the price a little bit. And then you have a competitor, so you'll check his pricing. It's kind of cool, but similar in good dungeon crawling. It has little slimes that break into two slimes like in Zelda. It's pretty much in every dungeon, in every video game. There's always a slime monster. I don't know.
Yeah, gotta be.
Gotta be a slime monster.
Yeah, what's weird about Stardew Valley is it's so addictive. Not everybody has to play for 9 hours straight the first time, but it feels super addictive just in the way they've set it up with the each day, is kind of one checkpoint or a unit or whatever. Like it's always like, oh, I can, it takes like 15 minutes to live a day.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll just do one more. I want to see, someone's birthday is coming up. I want to wait until it's their birthday. I have a present I want to give them.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, it really seems like it could be helping people along to some very unhealthy playing habits. But so much of the narrative or the aesthetic is about not, being stuck in front of a screen for 9 hours. Like it's kind of a funny little meta criticism or something.
Yeah. It's like, games like that, I always it always makes you look at your real life, and you're like, oh man, like there's shit that if I treated my house like one of these video games, and there were little achievements you could unlock for, oh cool, I cleaned every room today. All right, now I got to go outside and pick up all the sticks. Okay, now I gotta power wash the driveway. Oh my god, look at I'm crushing it over here. My house is sparkling, but it's better with 16-bit graphics for some reason on a screen, and then the house is falling apart in the background. It's awesome.
Well, it's harder to do the real life things. So just play Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
It's almost the same.
Yeah. I dabbled in Lawnmower Simulator, and I had to get out of that one real quick. I was like, I'm not putting any time into this. But I did a couple contracts, and I'm like trying to, maximize my pay, which your pay is higher based on how good of a job you do. Also use as little fuel as possible, and then you'll get ranked on every contract, and you got to go back after you mow and get the weed whacker out and do some edging, and then I was like, I'm not getting into this game. This doesn't make any sense.
How long did it take you to finish a yard in that game?
The first couple were maybe a half hour, maybe 20 minutes, not too bad. But
though? It's real time, basically what it would have taken you to mow a lawn.
Yeah. I mean, I'm riding around at the speed of a riding lawnmower, trying to do loops where I don't, have to go back over anything. That's the other thing. If you go over the same part of the grass too much, you'll damage the grass and lose money because you have to repair it or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. That seems like really an unnecessary simulation.
It's pretty dumb.
Yep. Where you could be doing the real thing just as easily.
Yeah. And I don't mind mowing. So maybe it's just because it's winter. I'm like, I'd like to get back out there.
I miss mowing the lawn.
Yeah. I like it. I don't know. Once you have a couple kids and a wife, it's like, this is a little me time.
Feel like a dad?
Yeah. A little zen time.
Okay.
Put a podcast on, get the blower out when you're done. Maybe I'll edge a little bit. It's fun.
I like edging, but I do it hunched over in front.
Oh.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Joe, do you like edging?
Yes.
It's like I'm talking to an AI, and it's like it did a couple of gestures and then had to calculate its answer. Nice. What type of edging, Joe, are you into? Cleaning up near your walkways and stuff, or trying not to come?
I try not to come when I'm cleaning up my walkways generally. So I guess both.
Oh, nice. All right.
That's the best time to come if you think about it, because you're already cleaning up.
Yeah, there'd be
Yeah, but the
nothing left.
Neighbors get issues with that sort of thing. Why is your dick out again? Come on, we got kids. Yeah.
Like, I didn't know. Can't you see I'm edging my lawn? I didn't know that it was out.
I was doing a twofer.
Yeah.
Come on, a twofer.
2 birds, 1 stone over here. I'm edging. Holy shit. Any other video games that are catching our fancy out there in video game world?
I'm gonna get a Steam Deck.
Oh, cool.
I did the pre-order.
Nice. We still got to get
Yeah,
you in that VR headset with us.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
fun.
do that too. Yeah, you can when you pre-order it, you just do it on Steam, and then you can buy it with your Steam wallet. So it's just $5 to throw down on it. Then you can
Reserve your spot in line.
put some money in your Steam wallet till it comes out. Yeah.
Smart. Nice. Yeah, that thing looks cool. My only issue with the Steam Deck is I never messed with the Switch much, and it's been just so long since I was into any kind of mobile, take it around, walk around, play it on. Yeah, I'm never in a situation where, like, if I want a game or play a game, it's like I want to sit in my living room or in front of my computer.
Do that with it too.
Yeah,
Have a dad.
this is true.
It's like a little portable little PC too, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, that's true. I think you can install Windows on it if you want.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I wonder if they'll get Game Pass to work for it so you could play your Game Pass games on it. Now that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
Yeah, you can install Windows on it. So
I heard something about, like, it didn't come with game services or something. Like, I thought there was a benefit to running the Linux OS that it ships with, but maybe I'm
because it's Steam. It's like Steam's OS.
Right.
But they're updating the OS across all platforms to like coincide with that.
Cool.
So it's going to control the same way if you just run it. If you just have Windows on there and you run Steam, it'll be the same experience as if you had their Linux based.
Gotcha.
Plus you could partition the hard drives and dual boot. Like if you want their Linux based with Steam,
yeah,
you could still have that on there.
Oh, I gotcha. Have both on there. Okay.
Into Windows, yeah.
Yeah. Which model did you go for?
I just went for the top tier one because if I'm going to be I'm
Cool.
going to be setting money aside for it a little bit at a time. So I was just like, yeah.
As long as you
Let's go for it.
didn't get the entry level one with the 256 gigabyte hard drive, and I believe it has a different type of solid state in there, so it's like not as snappy as far as loading. I think it's that middle model or the high end one. I think is the way you want to handle that if you have your eye on it.
I think that first one might strictly just be SD.
Yeah.
SD cards.
No, I think it's got something on board, doesn't it?
Does it?
I don't know. It's a cool little device, though. I mean, it's like, is it? I don't think it's competition with the Nintendo Switch. That's definitely its own thing. But there are games you'll be able to play on both. That on that Steam Deck, it's going to look way better and run way better, and so that'll be cool. Third-party games, things like that. Like when I heard they had Doom and The Witcher running on the Nintendo Switch, I was like, okay, that's pretty impressive. But when you look at the specs for the Steam Deck, it's I don't know. It's kind of interesting to think of being able to play any of your PC games if you're out and about. I love it.
Yeah, it does. It has 64 gigs.
Oh, okay.
eMMC.
Okay.
Versus the newer, the nicer solid state drives that are in the 256 and 512 models.
Very cool. Other cool video game news: new devices, new toys. Sony released the specs for and confirmed the name, the PlayStation VR 2. PSVR 2 is going to come out this year for the PlayStation 5, and that has my that has my attention. There's a little bit of hate flying around on your Reddits and some of the articles, early articles I've seen on it, and that is just sort of people upset that it's tethered and they didn't come up with a wireless solution. But I don't mind having a cord hanging off the back of my head if it means that the video is uncompressed and high resolution and there's no latency or anything like that with a wireless connection. So I got no issues there. They haven't shown.
Calm down, people.
They haven't shown. Well, it's just because of what Quest did. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the nice things about that headset is you can just play it kind of anywhere, and you don't need your computer and all that. But that's with the trade. I mean, anytime I am doing VR and like even if we play dorky little games like Walkabout, which we will play every once in a while. It's been a while, but Demio was another one that was I had it on both systems, but if I'm home, I'm like, well, I'll run it off of off the PC instead of wireless. It's not, I don't know. I'm not that that's not a big enough like pain in my ass to not want to get a headset is if it's tethered. It doesn't bother me. Most games you turn with the thumbstick anyway. Like it's not like I'm running around a room if I'm playing VR anyway. So I don't get all the outrage, but headset looks cool. It's got an awesome resolution on it. It's got the new PlayStation Sense controller. Some of those like haptics are going into the VR controllers for it. So like the resistance and the triggers and some different like haptic vibration stuff that are making people, or that has people really liking the new PS5 controller. Some of those features are making it into the new VR controllers. And then they also did release a trailer for one of their first games for it, which will be a spin-off and third installment for the Horizon Zero Dawn series. So good things. I think that is like actually huge. Just that Sony's still in the game and wants to put out VR hardware. I like my hardware that I have now, but I'm not a huge fan of Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg's and all that. So it would be nice to have some competition. I would like to see them struggle and have to I don't know, like anyone who's into Quest and only owns a Quest and hasn't played PC VR with a high-end PC pushing it, like it's cool and yeah, it's still VR, but man, better graphics. I'm not saying that's the only thing that matters, but I think it makes a difference in terms of immersion. And if you're playing VR, that's what you're trying to do. That's the goal is I want to feel like I'm in the game. So if the graphics are phone graphics, it's a little harder for me to do. And I understand stylized aesthetics, but there's something cool about Half-Life Alyx and it like studying items and trying to break the game in geometry by looking too close at something, but then the resolution holds up and you're like, okay, this is really convincing. And after 20 minutes, you forget entirely that you're dancing around your office. So, I bored Kevin. He's gone. Damn it. No more. They said no NFT talk. So that no one said anything about VR chat. All right.
Yeah. You want to be inside a game.
Yeah.
For a bit, you want to play it. You don't want to live in Facebook. So go with the PlayStation one.
Yeah,
it's in the name too. PlayStation.
Yeah,
Meta. He's changing everything to Meta. He wants you to live in the fucking Matrix for him.
Yeah,
so that he can sell your digital likeness ads.
Well, and for Facebook to change their name to Meta, and really start leaning into and marketing the idea of a metaverse and a second world that you'll live in. And their only attempt, it's a service called Horizon, and until just recently it was closed, and only people that had beta access could get in there. I tried it. It's so heavily monitored, like, and it's linked to your Facebook account. Like, I don't want to go in always and and have to be, John Egbert. It'd be nice to, have a username like on Xbox where it's like, no one knows who I am if I'm playing. I mean, it's not so that I can talk a bunch of shit and make fun of your dad, because most games don't have open chat anyway, but it's just, I don't know. Why do I have to have my social security number be my username?
Why can't I have a fun handle?
Yeah. And be a character. That's another part of VR that's attractive to a lot of people. And if you look at services like VR chat and any other like social based app, part of the fun is picking an avatar and being whoever you feel like being for when you go in. Like when I went in, I was I found a cool Master Chief avatar, and I was just walking around and just playing the role of Master Chief. Anytime anyone talked to me, and would just affirmative Sierra 116 out, and I would just leave the room and just be Master Chief for a little while. But who knows how it'll all shake out. All this shit is so early. Our kid, 10 years, 20 years, you'll look back and just, oh my God, that's how they did VR back then. You had to put a TV on your head. That's stupid.
Yeah. People are going to be virtually prostituting themselves for Bitcoin in like 6 months. I
Fuck
think.
Yeah. Yeah. Fans only gets the VR add-on. Let's do it.
You'll have to prove with an NFT that she's only having sex with you.
Yeah. That's a
more realistic thing. Never. Go ahead. I have to collect my thoughts. My edible is kicked in.
I'm just going to say that orgasm, no matter how much you edge, it will be non-fungible. Joe, you'll probably get a lot of ass because you're like non-fungible in real life. No one ever wants to funge you.
Mm-mm.
When was the last time you were funged?
Well, I would never funge. That's God's sakes, children present. But no, what I was gonna say was that probably the more realistic thing is that you'll have some sort of a device, either via plug-in or Bluetooth implant, that will replace your dreams with being able to stream Netflix content. So as you don't have to spend your entire day doing it, and you don't have to dream about like, your teeth falling out or waking up naked in a classroom with unprepared and seeing somebody long lost coming back to you that you'll never see again. It would be better if it was just you're able to now watch Succession